Welcome back. The cost of gas is up. There's no hiding it. We're now within a nickel of all-time high averages for a gallon of unleaded gasoline. The record was actually set back in 2008. And as the U.S. ratchets up pressure on Russia financially, everyone who relies on gas to drive is now asking questions like how high will it go? When does it stop? Joining us now for a discussion on the price and how we got here is Professor Aseem Prakash, founder of the Center for Environmental Politics at UW. Professor, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I really want to start with this. We've seen prices jump at the pump, but I believe you noted this is a political issue, less of an economic one. So I really just want to give you a chance to explore what makes you say that.
Right. So all these discussions are taking under the shadow of the November 2022 midterm elections. And we have a situation where the president's approval ratings are not doing well, and the public is very concerned both about price rise, inflation, and economy. So in this context, when the gas prices are rising, there's a direct, tangible, and immediate effect on the pocketbook. And people notice it, people talk about it, and that's why there is kind of a panic amongst Democrats. And a very good example is that Senate Democrats, who are very strongly pro-climate, are even talking of suspending the federal gas tax, which funds the highways. And obviously, that 18.4 cents is not going to make a dent in gas prices, but it's important symbolic politics, which of course is terrible news for climate politics. Because on one hand, there is an important section of the climate movement that wants carbon taxes, that wants an increase in the price of fossil fuels so that the market mechanism can work. But on the other hand, it's the same group of people, because of short-term political reasons, are wanting a suspension of federal fuel tax. So this is a very major political problem, and it's not even summer yet. So imagine we've already crossed the psychological $4 threshold of gas. Come summer, COVID is receding, states are opening up, people are going to be driving more. And if the crisis continues and gas prices rise, hypothetically even reaching the $5 mark, it is going to create a huge, huge problem for the president of the Democratic Party.
So inevitably, it seems this ratchets up a push for more production at home, potentially even. But President Biden had pushed for those climate-friendly initiatives he brought up. There was this hope for climate activists that now was their time. Has that window closed?
I don't think the window is closed. Climate issues are not going anywhere. They're getting worse. I think the important thing is how do you match policy instruments with the policy objectives? So if the immediate objective is to put or control the gas price, then having climate-friendly initiatives is not going to produce any short-term effect. I think we have to handle both the supply side of oil and the demand side of oil. What do I mean by that? In supply side, one has to look for new sources of oil. In fact, the United States apparently has already contacted Venezuela, which is under US sanctions, to see if they can pump more oil. Or the United States could reach out to OPEC. Saudi Arabia has a lot of excess capacity, and arguably they can help us in this regard. So this is a short-term measure. Other short-term measures or medium-term measures reduce consumption. So if everybody decides, starting with the White House, that they will kind of, set a thermostat at a few degrees below than what they typically do, and start demonstrating or asking people to drive less, to carpool less. So all these things at the margin may not have an immediate effect on gas prices, but they build a sense of solidarity, a sense of shared sacrifice. And it is this kind of political narrative that is missing from the current climate dialogue. Of course, is there an excitement? Would renewables help? Yeah, renewables will help, but renewables will not help in the short run. Second, and this is an issue that needs further debate, when we switch to solar and wind, which I support, the fact is we've transferred our dependence from Russia to China, because China is controlling the supply of most critical minerals, which are essential for the renewable revolution. So the climate movement and the climate advocates, such as myself, need to ask, okay, we want to switch to renewables, but how do we marry this with national security imperatives? Because transferring dependence from Russia to China is bad politics. And that doesn't help the cause of national security. And in the long term, it does not help the cause of climate change.
Professor Prakash, we appreciate you really shining a light on this issue and getting all of us to take a second and step back and look at the full picture. Thank you again for taking the time today.
Thank you.